here's Nancy Pelosi.
But on things like sending, those $1,400 checks, putting cash out there.
That's right.
I mean, didn't that end up contributing to inflation? Do you have any regrets about the bills you passed and how you structured them?
No, absolutely not, because that was necessary for people to survive. Our purpose
was that it was inflationary.
But the point is that when you reduce unemployment, it's inflationary. That is a fact.
All right. First off, she's starting to look like Michael Jackson in the later years. That's just the thing. I don't know why all the Democrats start looking so insane. I don't know why. My theory on it would be something like this. Jordan Peterson often talks about how when you're lying all the time, your face actually starts to show it. The misery, you can see it on people. There's a certain misery. You can see sort of what the end result of the endless dishonesty is. And I think these people are so dishonest. It's just such evil within them at this point that the facelifts and everything else is to combat that. But then it's sort of the physiology versus the chemicals, and I don't know what's going on. Anyway, she looks like Michael Jackson. Yes, lady, if you give all these people $1,400 and you're not giving it to them because it's their money in the first place, and you keep spending all this money so money has less value, then the money that you're giving back to the people who you stole it from isn't going to really help the economy or help the people. But this is what they do. They pretend they're nice while you're voting for them to control you. Please govern me harder, please. I vote for you to take my money and then give it back to me and smack me on the butt and send me on my way. But man, this is all good. You should be feeling good about today's show, because the point is no one is buying this nonsense. Nobody is buying this nonsense. And again, the polls are bearing it out. But suddenly, as I showed you before, Joe Biden doesn't believe in polls. And I don't think Nancy Pelosi believes in polls. And here's a little more with Pelosi on what's going on with inflation.
And the fact is that when I hear people talk about inflation, as I heard him there, we have to change that subject. Inflation is a global phenomenon.
Yes.
The EU, the European Union, the UK, the British have a higher inflation rate than we do here. The fight is not about inflation. It's about the cost of living.
Oh, it's not about inflation. It's just about the cost of living. Nothing they say has any meaning. It doesn't mean anything. Guess what? When inflation is high, the cost of living goes up, right? When inflation is high and your money is less valuable, then you have to spend more money to get the same things, whether it's your rent or to buy a car or to buy some chicken thighs. Like, that is how it works. But I like that at least at the beginning, she was somewhat honest. Like, we got to change the topic. They're talking about inflation. Could somebody talk about my eyebrows? You see what I just did here? I mean, this is serious stuff. But again, she just simply does not believe that people don't like Democrat policies and that it's coming out in the polling.
Why don't the American people, according to the surveys, trust Democrats, but instead trust Republicans?
Well, let me just say, you talked about what you perceive to be a change in momentum. Let me just tell you what I have seen over this past month. I don't subscribe to what you said, that they don't trust us.
Let me just say, I don't, my face is falling off. Is that the commercial? I mean, Jesus Christ. So they don't believe in the polls. Well, keep not believing in the polls, lady. Keep going. I mean, I really want you guys to keep going with it. Keep going with all your bad keep going, chopping off genitals, no states' rights, high taxes, crashing the economy, war in Ukraine. Keep going. And we're going to show you in about 2 weeks where we're all at with the rest of this.